Let's talk some football. Day 2 combine. I'm going to give you my winners and losers. I'm John. This is Across the Board. So let's start it off with the offensive linemen, and boy, did they have a terrific combine. Maybe there's not the Quentin Nelson or just a top tier, set it and forget it, Hall of Fame left tackle in this class, but boy, there's some quality in here. First one I got to talk about, Tristan Wirfs, offensive lineman from Iowa. I mean, he runs a 4.85 40, which I'm not going to go crazy on the 40s. When the likes of Tristan Wirfs and Mekhi Becton go really, really crazy on their 40s and having the 4.8s or the 5.1s, stuff like that, it's great, but that's not what you're grading an offensive lineman on. I've seen so many people go insane over their 40s, and it seems like they had just forgot kind of what matters about the combine. And, you know, for a 40 may really matter for a wide receiver, a running back, or a cornerback. Sometimes it doesn't even matter all that much, just kind of a threshold, but it really doesn't matter for a lineman. But, you know, the 10-yard was impressive for Tristan Wirfs and Mekhi Becton both. So that is something to look at. Tristan Wirfs had an insane 1.69 for his 10-yard run. That's insane. But Tristan Wirfs definitely proved that he's an athlete here, as he had a 36-inch vertical, which broke the record for linemen. He broke the record for the broad jump as well. But he actually did great in the drills as well. He had really quick feet, really good use of his hands. I was really surprised by Tristan Wirfs. I had seen a few things just with the draft circle I kind of follow. I had seen a lot of people say that Tristan Wirfs was better than Andrew Thomas, and I certainly think that there's going to be a good argument for that. Look, going into this draft, or going into this combine, you really saw 4 linemen that were really, maybe even 5, going for that top spot at the lineman, which was Jedrick Wills, Tristan Wirfs, Andrew Thomas, Mekhi Becton, and Josh Jones. There's certainly guys that set themselves apart after this combine. Tristan Wirfs is one of them. I really want to talk about Ezra Cleveland here. He had the best 3-cone. He had the best shuttle. Boise State offensive lineman. He had, I believe that they said that he was a tight end before. I'm not exactly sure on that. He certainly had a smaller build. He had more of a tight end. So if I'm putting on the tape and he's not giving up sacks, I think that they said that he gave up 3 sacks and like 400 pass protections around that. PFF had something around that, which isn't bad. There was some guys that had 0 for that, but I don't think 3 is all that terrible. He really impressed with the line drills, though, and I think that he has a future as an offensive lineman for sure. I think that he may have put himself into maybe day 2 territory. Personally, I haven't seen a ton of people talk about him, but I was really impressed with Nick Harris, the center out of Washington. I thought he had terrific feet. I thought there's 3 centers in this combine that I was really interested to see. One of which, Nick Harris, another Cesar Ruiz, and the other being Lloyd Cushenberry from LSU. And I thought Nick Harris did phenomenal. But, you know, with being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan as I am, we're looking for Pouncey's next replacement. I mean, Pouncey's still great and everything, but he's getting up there in age. We want to look at, you know, is there going to be somebody that can step in for Pouncey once he's retired? And Nick Harris would be someone that I would certainly look at. He's explosive. He has good hips. He did really good in the pool drill. I really like Nick Harris. I think he got himself some money. Next is the other center, Cesar Ruiz from Michigan. I knew about Cesar Ruiz, just being an Ohio State fan, being a Buckeye myself. So I had seen Cesar Ruiz, and he was money. He was everything that I had thought he was. Most of this time, combine is to see if the stuff is matching up on tape, and it did for Cesar Ruiz here. I mean, we do have to talk about Mekhi Becton because he did have an impressive 40 with weighing 357, I think was the official time, 357 pounds, but runs a 5.11. I think it was around a 1.77, 1.75 10-yard, which is incredible. Terrific athlete for sure. Not the athlete I don't think of Tristan Wirfs, but for that body size, I mean, Jesus Christ. But he's also killing dudes on the line. I am interested because his name, for me at least, kind of started to get talked about right around the national championship, right around the end of the college football year. So I'm not as aware of him as I am a Jedrick Wills or a Tristan Wirfs or a Andrew Thomas. So I am still interested to see a little bit more of Mekhi Becton's tape. Unfortunately, though, for Becton, he had a tight hamstring. Yeah, it looked like he may have strained a hamstring there, and he was out of the combine, so he wasn't able to do too many drills or anything. The other two guys here, man, Jedrick Wills from Alabama. He did terrific. Really good feet, really good hands, and the thing that I really saw from Jedrick Wills was power. I mean, he just had some physicality to him. Luckily there was a bag there because he would have been throwing dudes. So I was really surprised at Jedrick Wills there. I thought Andrew Thomas showed great mobility too, the Georgia tackle. I really have to do my homework and looking at which lineman I think is the best, because these are the four. I think Josh Jones is up there, but I think that these four kind of separated themselves a little bit, and you could even maybe make an argument that a Tristan Wirfs or so, just with the athleticism, may have done it. But then again, I mean, I don't think it matters a ton if your lineman is incredibly athletic, because, you know, I may put on the tape and just be like, look, Jedrick Wills' power means far more to me than Tristan Wirfs' athleticism. So I just kind of have to see what lines up with each other. Now, unfortunately, we got to get to the losers here. And number one is the other center that I was talking about, Lloyd Cushenberry. Nothing really against him. He just pulled a hamstring and unfortunately couldn't really do many drills. And that sucks, because I was certainly, as a Steelers fan again, I was certainly interested to see him. So hopefully he's good for his pro day. And it wasn't great for LSU for their linemen, as Damon Lewis, the other offensive lineman, injured his ankle in the drills. Cole Cabral from Arizona State also pulled a hamstring. I mean, it's hard to say that these guys are losers for... It's nothing that they really did. It was just an unfortunate injuries that happened to them. Now, some guys I actually thought were kind of poor were Terrence Steele. I thought that he had really tight hips. I thought that he didn't look all that fluid. He was one of the guys that I was constantly disappointed in. I hate to say this, man, but Trey Adams. Trey Adams is one of those guys, you know, I was talking about knowing guys like a Jerry Jeudy, who's just constantly impressed me. Justin Herbert, knowing him for years and me being so-so on him. And Trey Adams, knowing him for years. I mean, a few years ago, he was projected to be, you know, your Hall of Fame left tackle for so many years, and then he has just kind of, you know, teetered out at Washington. And mainly that's due to injuries. So I was really hoping to see, okay, can Trey Adams show that he's right with those other guys? And I don't think he did. Logan Sternberg is my last loser for the offensive lineman from Kentucky. I think that he showed some great power, but that was really it. I thought that he showed poor footwork. All right, let's get to the fun ones, the running backs, the speed guys. All right, first things first, man, we got to talk about Jonathan Taylor, the 226-pound running back from Wisconsin that's been dominating the Big Ten for years. And, well, he came out and was flat out terrific. 4.3940 was not something I was expecting. I mean, he had some burners to him, but he's a big back. He's a big, powerful dude. But at 4.39, he just may have everything. He also truthfully put himself really into the RB1 conversation. There's people that like Jonathan Taylor. There's people that like DeAndre Swift. There's people that like J.K. Dobbins. I'm the guy that likes J.K. Dobbins. Unfortunately, J.K. Dobbins did not test in this drill or do any of the drills or the 40 due to an injury. So can't wait for his pro day, though. The other guy that made himself some money here is Cam Akers from Florida State. Great hands, great feet, great 40. He showed terrific vision. I was genuinely, I mean, his footwork was absolutely crazy. They were doing that Deuce Staley drill. It's a new drill. Highly recommend people watching that drill, because that was a very, very good drill for a running back, and Cam Akers was like spot on with it. I'm really high on Cam Akers now. I didn't know all that much about him, but I knew that the Pittsburgh Steelers met with him. Most of my knowledge is coming from, if I know a random guy or something, it's because, hey, Pittsburgh. I mean, the other guy that's, in the competition for RB1, DeAndre Swift, he still put himself into, hey, I'm still here. I'm still sweet. He had a 4.4840, which was terrific for him. Great feet, great mobility, great agility. I'm going to just say the abilities. He was great. He was great. I thought Clyde Edwards-Helaire from LSU looked really explosive in this. I was really surprised by him. Another guy I really liked was J.J. Taylor. I don't see many people talking about J.J. Taylor. I was really surprised with his quickness. And hey, man, I got a rep for the short kings out here. For anyone noticing, as I keep talking about being short, I'm 5'9", so like I'm pretty sure I'm taller than J.J. Taylor, but still, I still identify with the short kings out here. And now we have the running back losers. I hate to do this. I hate to talk about who was the worst of the running backs. I hate to be negative, but here we are. I gotta be honest with y'all. First up, Benny LeMay from Charlotte. I thought he had a slow 40 time, bad vert. I was really surprised by some of the guys, and then the other guys, I was just kind of wanting something more from the combine. I think that he was one of them. I think the guy I was probably most disappointed in this entire combine for the running backs was JaMycal Hasty, the running back from Baylor. He was just dropping passes. He was slipping. He just looked sloppy. It was unfortunate. Hopefully that this was just a blip. This was just a bad day. Some of these guys just have bad days. I'm hoping that he's one of them. But he probably had my least favorite day out of any of the running backs. I thought Tony Jones from Notre Dame, he didn't have terrific hips. He had slow 40. I was really looking for something else with him. I didn't see it. I thought Patrick Taylor Jr. from Memphis looked a little stiff, unfortunately. And Javon Leak, I believe, the other Maryland running back. I was impressed with the first one, but the other Maryland running back, I seen a lot of people saying that he's going to run in the 4.4s. He ends up running a 4.65. Just a little disappointed with him. I mean, again, these might be things that, hey, they can clean up in the pro day. So hopefully both of those guys do clean that up in the pro day. And I almost forgot, we did have special teams here. I don't know if I missed anything, but I don't think that there was any drill here. It was just the 40. And I don't care about my punter and kickers doing a 40. If the punter and kicker is running 40 yards, it better be because they won the game and they're celebrating. But I will say shout outs to Michael Turk, the punter for Arizona State, for doing 25 on the bench. That was more than Tristan Wirfs. That was more than Andrew Thomas, Mekhi Becton. My boy's got muscles. So, yeah. Shout outs to you, bro. Tough guy punter, representing for the punters. Shout outs to you. All right, guys, that's my video. Thank you guys for watching, and go check out everything else that I have, because I'll be coming out with videos every day. So, subscribe and shit. Deuce.